Alright, here we are. Let's see now. Okay, making progress little by little. First ever live stream. Looks pretty good so far. Not too bad, not too bad. So, I guess we just wait around a little bit for people to join in. Oh, already. Let's see. Machiko-chan says, "Hi, happy birthday." Aw, thank you. And Basgal92 says, "Happy early birthday." Thank you very much for that. Let's see. Happy early birthday by Love It. Aw, thank you guys so much for that. Let's see. I guess we can just wait a little bit before more people show up. Hi by Sammy. Thank you very much, Sammy. Okay, first ever live stream. So far, so good. I always wonder how old are you? Okay, how old am I? Well, in less than 2 hours' time, I will be leveling up to the big old 30 right there. Yep, I really will be your senpai by that point. Thank you for asking, Machiko-chan. So, thank you all very much for joining. First ever live stream. I would be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit worried or a bit terrified. I mean, don't get the wrong idea, I'm very thankful and I'm a bit excited, but at the same time, just something new, something a bit unfamiliar, but happy. Happy at the same time, if that makes sense. Oh, I bet you're same as my older brother. He's 28. I love your Sanji ASMRs. Okay then. Alright then. Let's see. Let's see. Can you guys hear me now? Could somebody respond if you hear me? Hello? I love it too. Makes butterflies in my stomach. I'm happy to hear that. Yes. So you guys can hear me. Bascal92. Oh, good to hear. Sorry, like I said, kinda new to all this. Just trying to make sure I'm doing it right. Yep, we hear you, Machiko-chan. Okay, thank you guys very much. Happy to hear that. So, again, thank you all very much for the birthday wishes, and thank you so much for joining me on Friday night. Again, thank you so very much. Let's see. Oh, I bet you're same as my older brother. He is 28. Well, Machiko-chan, I will be... Oh, quick question. What's your favorite game? My favorite game, as in video game. Let's see. Off the top of my head, I would definitely say I've been playing a lot of Spider-Man lately, specifically the Spider-Man series by Insomniac, including Miles Morales and 2. But I'm just about to get back into The Last of Us. I have not played the second game yet, and I'm definitely looking forward to finishing Hogwarts Legacy. So I would definitely say I'm a bit well-rounded. What about you guys? What would you say your favorite video games are? What was the first anime you watched, and what anime got you into anime? By Basgal92. That's actually a pretty good question. Well, I think it's a safe assumption that I'm a bit of a Toonami baby. Yeah, just like so many of you and thousands of others, I grew up in the golden age of Toonami. That included Dragon Ball Z, the original Sailor Moon dub, eventually leading on to Naruto, One Piece, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's see. My first anime I ever watched. A safe assumption would probably be Dragon Ball Z or Pokemon or even Yu-Gi-Oh! And the one that got me into anime, honestly, I've always been into anime. You should do an SMG3 ASMR. And yes, I am an SMG fan by Sammy. Well, that's definitely an option. First I've heard a request about that. Hmm, I definitely wouldn't mind. I definitely wouldn't mind doing that as soon as I do a bit more research. I mean, it's not really a no, it's more of a this is something cool, something new. So I definitely want to look into it a bit before I get into it, you know? What's SMG? Well, let's see. According to this, SMG is Super Meme Guardian Free. Let's see, is a character from SMG4 series who has undergone significant development throughout the franchise, initially portrayed as an antagonist and rival. From what I'm seeing, there's a whole bunch of Mario fan art regarding this SMG. So yeah, it is something cool and something new, but I definitely want to look into it. And first, I've actually heard about all that. Hmm. So, might be worth looking into. Ah, okay. Yep, that's about it. Hmm. So, I have a question for you guys. What would you say your favorite animes are? It can be any kind. For example, it could be ones you grew up with, could be something new that you're currently getting into. For example, I've recently gotten into solo leveling, and I have to say I'm really impressed. Ironically, what got me into solo leveling is the abridged series, the one where the sister is deciding to play the anime sister route, if you catch what I'm saying, is beyond hilarious and it actually sparked my interest in solo leveling. So, for any of you, please feel free to tell me what animes you're into right now. One Piece, Demon Slayer, Naruto, Dragon Ball, Attack on Titan, and Detective Conan by Machiko-chan. Detective Conan, huh? I swear, that is such an underrated series. In fact, as I'm talking to all of you, I am currently binging the Detective Conan movies. I am currently on number 3, Last Wizard of the Century, which is probably my personal favorite. Okay, Bascal92. I don't watch anime anymore, haven't watched since 2012, but I'll read JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fanfics because I saw the OVAs. Ooh, that definitely sounds cool. Not to brag or anything, but I'm somewhat of a fanfic. Okay, didn't know where I was going with that one. I'm somewhat of a fanfic connoisseur myself. So, anything to recommend, Pascal? Again, thank you all so very much for joining in. This is my first ever live stream, apparently. Mm. Okay, Machiko-chan, my favorite Conan movie is 1, 2, 3, and 9. Okay, I just got through the Time Bomb Skyscraper, 14th Target, and I'm currently watching Last Wizard of the Century. And so I love them. I really love those. Don't think I've seen the ninth one yet. Oh, Pascal, I've been reading fanfics since 2007, but for fanfiction sites, I prefer AO2. No, AO3. AO3. I can't remember which Detective Conan movies I watched, but I watched some of the movies in college. Hmm. Yeah, well, I would definitely recommend a lot of them. My personal favorite is definitely Last Wizard of the Century. Machiko-chan, no regrets. I'm a Shinron shipper. I don't blame you. It's very funny that you mentioned that because, not to spoil too much, but I think in the current arc, they are actually a couple and they're even shown kissing. So, we finally got our big win for Shinron shippers. Also, not to change the subject too much, but I've kind of moved over a bit more to the manga. I'm actually collecting them right now because as much as I love the anime, sadly Crunchyroll doesn't have all the episodes. Yeah, damn shame. So I'm trying to stay as in the now as I can by switching over to the manga. My only real complaint regarding the manga is the fact that they still keep the freaking English names. Like Shinichi's name is Jimmy, Ron's name is Rachel, and they're still doing this like all the way up to the current one on volume 93. Like it is just like Zoro when One Piece was originally dubbed by 4Kids. And the sad part is I think they still do that with the Viz manga now. Yeah. Machiko-chan. I realized the writer hid the last episode of Detective Conan, and he what? Pascal 92. I think I liked the fourth and fifth Detective Conan movies. Oh yeah, those are great too. Let's see. Number 4 is Captured in Her Eyes, where, a bit of a spoiler but not a super one, Ron undergoes amnesia and and it's up to Conan and everyone else to protect her. While while in the fifth movie, let's see, trying to remember. Hold on. Oh, Machiko-chan. He won't show it after 1000 episode. Okay then. Okay then. I guess that explains a lot. Let's see. Detective Conan movie 5. I Countdown to Heaven. That was it. Cannot believe I forgot that one. Countdown to Heaven. Now that is a thrill ride. And I really love that the detective boys are given a lot more to do in that episode. That is just really cool to me. I personally feel that the detective boys are seriously underrated, and I Hybera is probably one of my personal favorite characters. Machiko-chan. Oh yeah, the fourth one of my favorites. I ship Mori and Eri. I don't blame you. Now if only more now if only Kokoro can, keep his head on straight. Because Eri, she is she is chef's kiss right there. Like, dude, you better not fumble when we get to the final arc. That's all I can say. Hmm. Let's see. Another one of my personal favorites when it comes to the Detective Conan movies is probably the one with the hijacked blimp. I don't remember off the top of my head. I know it's somewhere in the teens. The 13th, 14th, or 15th movie, because that was such a thrill ride right there. You know what? I've actually been thinking about this lately since I started binging Detective Conan again. Would any of you actually be interested in a Detective Conan ASMR at some point? Because I've actually done a bit of research and there is somewhat of a popularity when it comes to it, either by Shinichi, Conan, Kaito Kid, but also a pretty good following when it comes to the female characters, especially ones like Ran. So, tell me right now, guys, would you actually be interested in a Detective Conan ASMR at some point? Because it is my second favorite anime of all time, obviously right behind One Piece. Machiko-chan, I watch it and I'm at episode 487. I don't really remember. That is pretty fair. That is pretty fair. I mean, that's kind of one of the main reasons why I'm kind of sticking to the manga best I can. Because, well, and ironically, I actually watched a video that explained the Detective Conan story that I would highly recommend for anyone that needs a quick recap. Let's see, Detective Conan full story in 40 minutes. The channel name is Coney J. So, so for those of you that are curious about Detective Conan and where the current story is, and you kind of want to skip all the filler stuff, feel free to go check out Coney J's video, Detective Conan in 40 minutes. I would definitely recommend. She really, really did her research, not only taking from the show, but also the manga too, because apparently there were a lot of things in the manga that never made it to the anime. Machiko-chan, I'm trying to hold back my tears of Ace's death. I don't blame you. I truly do not blame you. There were so many people that were hopeful. And believe it or not, apparently that was always a forlong conclusion by Oda. Apparently Oda needed, okay, not really needed, always planned for Ace to sacrifice himself because apparently Luffy needed that big sacrifice. Like, always needed the big thing that would kind of give him the resolve. Like Minato and Kushina for Naruto, or Misaki for Ichigo, or even Igneel for Natsu. Like, there had to be that big sacrifice thing that would help Luffy grow and get stronger. And apparently the editor at the time, he kept telling Oda, "Are you sure that you want Ace to die? I don't think that's a good idea." And this actually leads to a bit of controversy regarding Oda, because Oda actually isn't a huge fan of the way Ace died in the anime, and all we can think to ourselves is, Oda Sensei, you approved of Ace's death in the first place. So kind of a catch-22 right there. Love it. Spoilers. I'm on episode 481. Oh man, oh man. I am so sorry, love it. I really um I am truly sorry. I did not mean to spoil things for you. I am real sorry about that. Did not mean to do that. To be fair, it's been over a decade and a half. So so yeah. um uh love it. Luffy just took him out of his shackles. XD. It's fine. Well, I'm happy to hear that. I really am. Uh, I mean, I still feel somewhat guilty, to a degree at least. But all I can really tell you moving forward without too many spoilers is that Ace really will bring out the best in Luffy having this new resolve. Machiko-chan, I imagine Luffy make the Gear 5th in Marineford arc. Dang. You know, that's actually something to really think about. Without going into too many spoilers in the manga for you anime watchers only, given the fact that I've read ahead when it comes to Egghead Island, all I can really tell you is that Luffy is more than a match for the Admirals. So yeah, I'm calling it. Luffy in Gear 5th, he could probably one-shot Akainu, especially with Gear 5th and Haki. Just calling it right there. So back to what I was thinking about before. If any of you let me rephrase. I have been considering doing a Detective Conan ASMR because like I said before, Detective Conan is my second favorite anime, obviously behind One Piece. So, any of you are interested in that, feel free to tell me. It could be Shinichi, Kaito. I might even try my luck at Conan. Machiko-chan, agree. I wonder if Emu is a man or a woman. What's their name? Well, I can spoil at least a little bit. Don't worry, don't worry. It's not a big one. It's not a big spoiler or anything like that. But Emu's full name is Emu Neurona, which apparently was one of the 20 kingdoms during the Great War. Oh, just change the subject real quick. This is basically a countdown to my birthday. So after my birthday at 12 o'clock, I'll be sharing some pretty big news moving forward. I promise it's good news, nothing serious, just something that I'll be planning to do next week, and I decided to share it all with you first. And I just want to point out that when it comes to Emu in the anime, I love the fact that they actually distort their voice because that just adds more complexity and mystery to the character that is Emu. Who are they? What are they? And I really love that. In fact, I even posted that over on my Instagram. Let's see. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world they didn't exist. And going into that distorted Lily, sorry. I swear I have rewatched that so many times. Machiko-chan, I'd like to see Detective Conan ASMRs, but my beloved Gyome deserves more attention. Sorry for asking Gyome's husband ASMRs. I get excited about it. I feel guilty. Hey, Machiko-chan, You have no reason in the world to feel guilty. That's what all this is about. And honestly, I just feel kind of bad the fact that I didn't get to Gyome sooner than before. Gyome is an underrated character. And you know what? Let's see. How about we get started with what I promised? Now, like I said, this isn't a full ASMR, this is more of a sneak peek. So let's give justice where it's due. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Tell me, my dear, how are you feeling? I'm happy to hear that. You know, it's almost Valentine's Day. Yes, that one special day where you show the most important person in the world how much you love and adore them. Then again, I need no reason to show you how much I adore you. You truly are so wonderful. You make my life worth it every single day. Mm, mm. Okay, how's that, Machiko-chan? Keep in mind here, this is just a sneak peek. I plan on doing the full version about a week or two. I just want to point out, everybody, it is the month of love, so I've got plenty of great stuff planned. Oh yeah, plenty of One Piece, plenty of JJK, and of course, some of Demon Slayer. Oh, and since I just mentioned Demon Slayer, I think I'll go a bit into detail. As you guys know, the Infinity Castle movies will be showing sometime this year, and I've got something perfectly planned when it comes to those movies and their respective release dates. In other words, I think it's time that uh, the remaining three Hashira got the love that they deserve. Oh, and of course, Akiza. That's right. 4 husbandos from Demon Slayer will be heading our way once those movies hit theaters. I mean, I was actually amazed how popular Akiza was, and then I decided to look ahead with my own Demon Slayer manga, and I can definitely see why he is so popular. He is arguably the only member of the upper six now that is lovable. I mean, not to crap too much here, but is anyone a Doma fan? Just reading about him makes my skin crawl and makes me infuriated. And I mean that in a healthy way. But seriously, Akiza or Toma, which is better? Let's see, that ASMR of Yome is definitely perfect. Can't wait to see full version. Thank you, Jeremy, for you as older brother. Ah, thank you, Maki. Thank you, Mashigo-chan. That was really sweet. I mean, I actually feel bad that I haven't given Yome more appreciation. And very surprisingly, there's not a lot of Yome ASMRs out there. I mean, there's plenty when it comes to Giyu or Rengoku or Tengen, mostly because I think they're just the easier ones. And of course, the Dami Daddy that is Michael Jackson Muzan. But also, maybe I should also think of incorporating our big three, our best friend squad into Demon Slayer 2. Yeah, I'm talking Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke. Hmm. I wonder how that would work exactly. Hmm. Okay, give me a second to think about this. Hey, how are you doing today? Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. I understand that today was tough. But I promise you, tomorrow will definitely be better. Well, I have faith in you. Let's see, Machiko-chan. Nah, don't worry about it. When the movie comes, they'll know how perfect and attractive Gyome is. Damn, and I thought he was that already. Then again, in the English dub, he is voiced by Crispin Freeman, so there's that. Okay, let's see. I just did Tanjiro, so I wonder how Zenitsu would go. Hmm, which route should I take this? The lovable coward who's a bit overexcited, or maybe I should play to some of his more strong points. I don't want to do this. I really, really don't. Please, my dear, there's a good chance that we'll never see each other again. May I please have a lock of your hair? I'm sure just looking at it and holding it in my hand, I'm sure that will bring me back from the battlefield. Please. Whenever I'm around you, I feel so strong. I have the strength of 10 men. I feel like I can plow free fields. I'll make sure that you eat well. I promise you will never know a sad day. Just promise me that you'll marry me. Yeah, that's my take on Zenitsu. Okay, Machiko-chan, what's the most anime character you hate? Me, I hate Muzan and Doma, and Akainu, and some Naruto villains. Hmm, okay. Well, there's definitely a lot of anime characters I genuinely do hate. And it's not the obvious ones like Muzan or Akainu. Oh, first up, Lovey. Perfect. Happy to hear that. Okay, back to the anime characters I hate most. A bit of a hot take here, but I hate the spear hero from Rising of Shield Hero. I mean, say what you will about mine, bitch. You know, I'm just gonna call her bitch. Say what you will about bitch, but we're supposed to hate her from episode 1. We're supposed to hate her from chapter 1. Um, but the spear hero, he makes excuses for her even after she was found out. And once you get into his backstory, trust me, you will despise this guy. I mean, there is like nothing redeeming regarding this guy. And what's more, he actually makes a play at Philo. Like, dude, i- according to Wikipedia, he is 20 years old. Philo is a little child. Dude, I will fight to protect her. So stay the F away. I mean, he is just so frustrating. All he ever does is shit on Naofumi and thinks that he's actually trying to save Raftalia and Philo and Melty from him. Like, dude, you make excuses for bitch. Mine, whatever. You make excuses for her, and that's how you freaking got played. I mean, grow the hell up. So yeah, he is the character I hate most. He is so genuinely infuriating. I mean, at least when it comes to characters like Akainu or Muzan, you can hate what they do, but you can find them interesting as characters. But when it comes to the Spear Hero and other characters, good God, try defending him. And from what I've read in the light novel up to this point, he still hasn't freaking redeemed himself. He's still shitting on Naofumi, thinking that he's the greatest thing since French fries. And my god, it takes all the restraint I have to actually get through the chapter or the episode. Again, Again, characters like Akainu or Muzan, they can do horrible things. We're supposed to hate them because of the things they do. But this guy is supposed to be a hero. He's supposed to protect people. And you make things harder. Like my dude. Hell, the reason why he's even reincarnated in this world is because he couldn't choose between two girls. The guy was going to pull a Gaston and actually try to date both of them. Let's see, Machiko-chan. Like for real, Naruto sacrificed a lot for her, and she kept hating him and hit him. Jesus Christ. She even tried to follow Sasuke when he left the village. Well, I wouldn't say that I completely hate Sakura. I can definitely see why a lot of people do. Sakura definitely didn't do herself any favors, but hot take here, I don't completely hate her. I'm sorry if that's a bit of a hot take right there. I can definitely understand, but keep in mind here, I'm not defending her actions either. She definitely had a huge change and glow up when it came to part 2. Part 1, Sakura, yeah, I am frustrated with her. But when it comes to part 2, I definitely appreciate her more. And yes, the whole fake love confession definitely wasn't her better choice. And I can definitely see why that's the case right there. Machiko-chan, nah, respect your opinion. That's fair too. That's completely fair. Again, that's my opinion and that's your opinion. We can still have different opinions and we can still get along. Again, I don't hate her completely. I see where she's gone wrong. But at the same time, I don't completely hate her either because she has had a lot of moments where she has, at least for the most part, made up for it. Again, just my opinion. Sakura, I would probably give her a C tier at best. She's necessary, she comes in handy. Let's see. Machiko-chan, Boruto, Naruto's son, ruined the anime story. You know what? That's actually very valid. So, a bit of a thing here. I haven't seen the Boruto story in its entirety, but I definitely know enough about it. Yeah, I know about all the things that happened, all the big things. Not gonna spoil anything too much here for those of you that aren't completely caught up. But yeah, sometimes we don't need to know what happens after happily ever after. Naruto accomplished his dream. He became Hokage. He married Hinata. He got 2 kids. I remember when I read the scans for the last chapter of Naruto, I was all the way back in high school when that happened, and I actually fought off tears seeing Naruto as Hokage scolding his son Boruto. I actually fought off tears right there. So, yeah, the whole Boruto thing, I see where they were going with. They were fine with a couple of movies, but I definitely feel like the anime and the overall story could have been better. Okay, Machiko-chan, another question. What's your goal? Well, now, I have quite a few goals. My goal here on YouTube, I definitely want to get my hands on a silver button. And I can only get a silver button when I make it to 100,000 subscribers. So that's a big goal right there. Another goal of mine is I definitely want to write and publish as many books as possible. At the time right now, I currently have 4 that are self-published. I'm even working on the audiobook for the 4th one, and I've got 2 more that I'm working on the finishing touches on, and I definitely want to get them both out by summer. Yeah. So YouTuber and offer. Those are two big ones right there. Um, I also definitely want to learn more martial arts. I'm currently learning a new one, and Machigo-chan, I believe in you. Oh, thank you so very much. You know, you guys make it worthwhile. Like I said, ugh, I mean, I work like 45 to 50 hours at my day job, and the fact that you guys give me so much great support and everything, you guys are the reason why I still bother, even if I don't always make the results that I kind of want. Lovey, you're amazing. Heart. Aw. Thank you so much for that. In the end, I just do the best I can, you know? I mean, I love what I do. I really do. I love making ASMRs, and I love the new PNG videos that I'm currently working on. And of course, all the other new stuff that I want to add to the channel. I want to get back into doing reactions too, because there's a lot of videos that friends and even some of you guys on Instagram sent my way, and they look amazing. They really, really do. But yeah, martial arts, writing, YouTubing, those are my three main goals right there. Learning new martial arts, writing and publishing as many books as possible, and getting me a silver button. Let's see. Not really sure after silver button. I guess once we meet that one bridge, we'll go from there. I definitely want to keep the channel going as long as possible. But again, thank you guys so much for your support and all your kind words. Again, you guys keep me going. Machiko-chan, impossible question. If you went to a burning building and saw two people inside to save, it's your favorite anime, female and male, you have to save one. Which one and why? Ooh, a bit of an impossible question right there. Let's see. My favorite anime, female and male. Well, let's see. A bit of an obvious choice here, but my favorite anime male and female would both be from One Piece. My favorite anime male, of course, would be Sanji, and my favorite anime female would be none other than Miss All Sunday herself, Devil's Child, Nico Robin. So, I think it's safe to say that Sanji, being Sanji, he'd probably say something like, "Forget about me and get her out of here." So yeah, I would definitely save Robin, and let's be honest here, Sanji could probably save himself just fine. I mean, it doesn't mean that I won't try to help him too. I'll just make things a bit easier so he can get out too. But yeah, Robin would be the top priority. Once I've got her safely in hand, I would definitely help Sanji be able to get away. So, a bit, it might be a bit of a cheat, but at the same time, I would try to make the best of it. Lovey. Woo! Yeah, that was probably pretty fun. So, same question to you guys. Hey, you asked this, so I'm gonna say it back. Love that answer. Thank you for that. So, if you guys had to save your favorite anime male and female from a burning building, who would it be and who would you save first? Come on, you asked me, so it's only fair I throw that shade right back. Machigo-chan. Wow. When you mentioned Sanji and Robin, those are my favorites too. Well, it just makes sense. I mean, I mean, I really fell in love with Sanji ever since they first introduced him in Baratier. The fact that he was this cool guy wearing a suit, not taking any crap from Full Body, and the fact that he was a flirt. Granted, this was back when I watched it with 4 kids, but even back then, even with that very Brooklyn accent, I was still a huge Sanji fan. And and I just want to point out that Robin, she only continued to grow on me. Like, as soon as she joined the Straw Hats, and of course learning about her backstory, and I swear, Robin is like fine wine. She only gets better the more we see from her, the older she gets. Heck, Oda even showed what Robin's good and bad timelines are. And when she's in her 40s, she is all like, must be nice being young again. And when she's 60, apparently Robin has gone on full Indiana Jones and is inviting somebody to join her on an archaeological expedition. And let's be honest here, I would so volunteer. Yeah, and I also really love that in the good timeline, even after Robin has discovered all of the missing history, is devoted to just discovering more and more secrets about the world. And honestly, I wouldn't expect anything different. Robin, she would just keep moving. That doesn't mean that she wouldn't keep in touch with her friends and probably give them regular visits. I can definitely see Robin be like that fun aunt, always popping in unannounced with a bag full of gifts from her travels and a million stories to tell everybody. Ironically, that's actually what my aunt did back when she served in the Navy and got to travel all around the world. She would pop in every few months, give me and my older sister a bunch of gifts. Let's see. Machiko-chan. In my weird imagination, I imagine Child Robin as my daughter in Demon Slayer, and me and Gyome are married, and Robin is our adopted daughter. I have issues. I'm proud of being a weirdo. Hey, us weirdos have to stick together. And I'm not gonna lie, that is incredibly creative. Honestly, build on that a bit. Gyome is awesome and Robin is a treasure. And honestly, it looks like you're handling that in a very healthy way. Look, I'm a writer. Even as we speak right now, or rather, I'm speaking, you're kind of more typing. I'm just gonna say it. Even as we're speaking right now, my mind is cooking up story after story, different possibilities, different routes to go down, including my audios and my YouTube videos. That's just how my head works on that side of the spectrum. So be proud of your creativity. Be proud of that. You say freak, I say unique. Lovey. Sanji was always my favorite, even before watching the anime. He still and always will be. My favorite female character is Nami. To be honest, they're competent enough to save themselves from the fire. Lovey, I love creative minds. You know what? That is incredibly true. Nami, you know what? No, I can definitely see this even playing out the same way. Like, whoever comes to save Sanji and Nami, it would probably play out the same way. Sanji telling whoever to go save Nami, but but I can definitely see Nami also being very concerned for Sanji because even though she kinda uses him, it doesn't mean she doesn't like or support him. It just means that she doesn't see him in that romantic light. I mean, she obviously values him. I think I remember reading something about how Sanji is one of Oda's go-to comedic characters. So whenever Sanji freaks out over seeing a woman or acts a little perverted, he's just kind of the easy comedic character to go to. Which is saying a lot because on the crew we have Luffy, Usopp, Nami, Frankie, Chopper, Brook. We have plenty of comedic characters, and yet somehow Sanji is always the default. Let's see. Machiko-chan. When I revealed in my channel that I'm Gyome's wife in my own AU, I got some hate that hurt, but I realized I should do what makes me happy. Maybe that's their issues for not respecting anyone's opinion. Lovey. She cares. She loves him platonically. Yes, she does. She really does. Nami loves the crew in her own way. They are her family, and Oda specifically said no romance among the crew. In fact, this was even a rule in the live action. Okay, back to Machiko-chan. I'm sorry you had to deal with that. And it goes without saying that I deal with my fair share of hate here on the channel. I'm really sorry that had to happen, but please, don't get discouraged. Do what makes you happy. Who exactly are you hurting here? Because you feel so strongly towards a fictional character. Hell, I had a friend in high school who was like obsessed with two fictional characters. One of them was Maze Hughes from Full Metal Alchemist, and the other was Severus Snape from the Harry Potter series. Yes, she had two daddies for her, and she was obsessed with both of them. So I'm just gonna say it. I've seen freakier, I've seen crazier. Don't get discouraged there, Machiko-chan. Do what makes you happy. Machiko-chan, Oda. No romantic in One Piece. Fans, ship all the characters for no reason. Well, you're not entirely wrong. Oda specifically wanted no romance among the crew. And you know what? Since we're talking about this anyway, over on my Instagram, I actually posted, it was actually earlier today, even. I posted that if Sanji wasn't always so over the top, he would probably have no problem with the ladies. Three examples right here. Cosette. He protected Cosette when one of his brothers was going to throw the tray of food at her, and he even complimented and ate it off the floor. And of course, probably his best ship with Pudding when he said, "What a beautiful eye," and and he was so genuine about it. And Some when he was battling Queen in Wano, and he saved her mouse, and she was shown to actually be a bit infatuated with him, so much so that she even works as a soba cook and waitress. Let's see, Machiko-chan. They shipped Zoro and Sanji. I needed a lot of bleach. Yeah, well, funny you mention shipping them. Am I spoiling something? Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. But no. But no. I hate that mosshead bastard. Same to you, Arrow Brows. But back to what I was saying, if Sanji just settled down every once in a while, like if he didn't come across so hard, then I promise you, he probably wouldn't have any issues getting girls. Heck, in the live action, Sanji is actually pretty charming. And that was actually something that a lot of people who who watched the live action, that's actually what they said. Like Halo and Kiss over on their reaction channel. They literally said that Sanji was a lot more charming. Don't get the wrong idea. He is still a great character in the anime. I'm just saying that live action Sanji, he doesn't come on so strong. Jeez, I'm definitely gonna need more water soon. And to think we still have a whole hour to go. Oh well, doing well. Machiko-chan, agree. One of my 5 husbands, Gyome, Sanji, Kakuri, Doflamingo, uh, Yoko Mizu Sango. Name sounds familiar. Give me a sec. Wait. From Detective Conan, the inspector from the Saitama district. I thought the name sounded familiar. Oh, yeah. I can definitely see why you like him. Honestly, I can't believe I almost forgot his name. He's definitely one of my favorite side detectives. Though I am a huge fan of Megger and his squad from Beka. Mainly because, well, I guess we just see the most of them. But yeah, when it comes to Katakuri, I didn't think he would be so popular. Maybe I should incorporate more of Katakuri. I mean, I didn't think that he would be so popular, but I was actually pretty surprised by how many requests there were to do Katakuri ASMRs. So, yeah, I think I'll take the dive and give Katakuri some more love in the future. In more ways than one. Hmm. Let's see. Machiko-chan. I like when Megger scold Mori for going anywhere a murder happens. True, true. Apparently, that's actually a bit of a running gag. I mean, I know it's actually a common thing because Conan and the rest of his gang are the main characters, so something has to happen around them, and that something is usually a murder or some other crime. I mean, it's kind of similar to almost like the Scooby Doo effect. Like everywhere the Scooby Gang goes, there seems to be some guy in a mask who's causing trouble, and of course, they're the ones to solve it. Kind of like that. just just something I kind of noticed. They even addressed this a few times in the manga. I think it's meant to be a bit of a self-aware joke. Jeez. Really going through my water here. Machiko-chan. My life shock is when... Okay, we'll wait for the rest of the sentence. I know I've said this before, but go ahead and give me a follow on Instagram. I post some random stuff, but for the most part, it's pretty enjoyable. And I might. Oh, here we go. Machiko-chan. My life is shocked when I found out Megger is married to a woman named Midori. Oh, get more water soon. Um, okay. I definitely need a refill, so I'm gonna shut off my mic, and I'll be back in like 5 minutes. Be back soon, guys. Talk among yourselves. Alright, I'm back. And I took a couple seconds to read your little chat. Like I said, like I keep saying, my channel is meant to be a safe place. You guys can be as open as you want here. And you know what? And you know what? As long as you're not hurting anybody, it's no problem at all. You guys can yap as much as you want or anything like that. And it's actually pretty funny that you do mention that because in my own friend group, I'm kind of the one that does talk a lot. And that wasn't always the case. Like in school, I was a bit withdrawn, but at the same time, I got along with everybody. But people actually kind of liked whenever I kind of broke the tension by talking a lot about almost any subject. Exactly. You guys can yap as much as you like. I mean, come on. That's kind of what YouTube is somewhat for. Just having fun, basically. So, be yourself. This is a judgment-free place. That's kind of what my channel was meant to be. Lovi. I do better in calls, to be honest. Well, that's perfectly fair. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, I kind of do better with texts and other stuff anyway, so we're kind of in the same boat anyway. Machiko-chan. Okay, guys, I'm heading out to bed because I'm tired and it's 7 a.m. and morning came. Alright then, Machiko-chan, thank you so much for sticking with us. You get yourself a good night's sleep because I definitely have a lot of cool stuff planned. Thank you for sticking with us as long as you could. Thank you very much. And who knows, if this does pretty well, I might do another live stream pretty soon, but again, talking a lot really kind of takes a lot out of me. Just saying. Okay, let's see. We still have about 50 minutes until midnight. So feel free to ask me anything. Oh, Machiko-chan, thanks and no problem. Bye and see you next live and video. Love you guys. Kiss and heart emoji. Lovey. Love you. Okay, that was actually pretty sweet. Okay, let's see. Still got about less than 1 hour left. So again, feel free to ask me anything, whether it's an ASMR or just a general question. That's kind of what this is all for. Meant to be a bit of a casual thing. Jeez. Jeez, the way I'm going through water, it's almost like I'm doing one of my audiobooks. How many ounces are in this thing anyway? 32 ounces. And okay, Bascal 92. I'm trying to stay up until midnight. I was sleepy earlier. Well, listen. Well, listen up, Bascal. Don't force yourself, okay? Don't force yourself. If you have to go sleep early, go ahead. You can catch up with the rest of the stream later. Okay, Lovey. I can probably follow you on Instagram. What's your user? Um, there's actually a link to my Instagram over on the channel. My user is Jeremy underscore Senpai 95. And feel free to give me a follow. I share just weird general stuff. I mean, it's fairly good, and sometimes I even give sneak peeks of videos if I think it's interesting enough. Like I said, fair warning, I do share lots of weird stuff. So, I have a question for all of you guys now. Let's see. Who would you consider your husbando or waifu for Valentine's? Like, if you could go on a date with any character from anime or even fictional media, who would it be and for what reason? I mean, it could be anyone. Me, definitely Nico Robin from One Piece. Call me predictable, but I can't help it. She is perfection. I mean, there is a reason why she's one of the most adored characters in all of One Piece, if not anime in general. Oh, and for those of you curious, given the fact that it's February in less than 1 hour, I do have a lot of Valentine's Day videos planned. Like, I have at least one reaction video planned, and I actually have a couple of PNG uh, podcast videos planned. And of course, a whole bunch of ASMRs. Just, just really looking forward to the month of love. Because, well, Valentine's Day is probably one of my busiest months. Others would, of course, be December and Christmas time, and October and Halloween time. Because, a lot to do. And I would definitely like to think that you guys will be pretty impressed with everything that's to come. Following. Thank you, Lovey. Thank you very much for the follow. I'll try to do my best. Now, I'll try to do my best when it comes to delivering. I'm checking out your channel. I'm checking out your page right now. Wow. All this is really great. Did you draw all of this? Your most recent one is Lovey. I want to make fan art, but not sure what to draw for you, if that's okay. That is perfectly fine. Just draw whatever you want to draw. Nothing in the world wrong with that. Just do what feels natural. Let's see, your most recent post is, I'm guessing, your original character, and here's Sanji with a few kiss marks on him. I'm not gonna lie, that's actually pretty cute. Stop. Okay, I'll stop. Okay, I'll stop. Sorry, I'm scares. Yes, I did. Sorry, I didn't mean to embarrass you. I just thought it was kind of cute. If it means anything, I'm not going to share your. If it means anything, I'm not going to share your username unless, of course, you want to or approve to. Again, sorry about that. I just really like the art that you do. I mean, I wish I was an artist. Yes, that's my OC. I mean, I wish I was an artist. I wish I could do things like draw OCs and stuff like that. Instead of writing books, I would probably be making web comics. But again, sometimes you just have to play to your strength. Lovey. No, no, it's fine. I was joking. I know, but at the same time, I don't want anyone to feel uncomfortable. Just, trying to show a little common courtesy. My art is so inconsistent. Art by nature is art by nature is meant to be expressive. I wish I could write books. I mean, give it a try. I mean, you could start out small, like write a fan fiction about your favorite characters and go from there. I I actually wanted to draw I wanted to write books ever since I was like 11 years old. And of all things that inspired me to do it, it was actually a Goosebumps movie that did it. Um before anyone says anything, the movie itself was kind of crappy. I mean, in hindsight, it kind of was, but it was the monster. It was what they did with the monster that really inspired me. Next thing I know, like the next minute, I was writing my own scary monster story. And well, that's kind of what led me to where I am now. 4 books, self-published, and I've definitely got a lot planned for 25. Heck, I've got 2 I'm hoping to get out by the time summer rolls around, but that also involves a lot of editing and doing the audiobooks. I love I love the fact that I can make stuff. It's kind of the process that's a bit much when you really think about it. Just just to throw that out there. Lovey. That's honestly so cool. Well, thank you. I mean, it's amazing flex. Not sure how much of a flex it is, more just me being honest. Kind of like what Oda did, I basically wrote what I wanted. And that's kind of how I feel, basically. It just makes me happy, you know? So that's why I encourage people, whether it be making videos or doing art or writing or whatever, if you're passionate about something, then go for it. Give it a try. Sometimes it's not always about the big the big payoff where oh you get an award and there's balloons and flowers falling all around and and hot spokesgirls are kissing you on the cheek. No, sometimes it's about the self-fulfillment, knowing that you wanted to do something, you wanted to prove to yourself that you could complete that goal, complete it for yourself, and in doing so, you did it. Sometimes it's about the fulfillment more than anything. So, go ahead, give it a try. Right now, you're the only one stopping yourself. Heck, there are people in their 30s and 40s who try out to join football teams. That didn't stop them, so don't let it stop you. So, a bit of a thing here. I did a bit of research for one of my books, um, and you'd be surprised how low the recruitment rate is when it comes to a lot of college football teams. And I'm talking like high school or college age kids who join the pro leagues. I mean, that rate is actually pretty low. Like, a lot of them are in their 30s and 40s that just play locally before getting scouted by pro teams. The point I'm trying to make here, if anything, is that it's never too late. Give it a try. Heck, J.K. Rowling, she was 36 by the time Harry Potter was fully published, and it was rejected dozens of times. R.L. Stein was 45 by the time he published Goosebumps. So, go ahead. If you want to try something, try it. At the very least, you can tell yourself, hey, I tried and I failed. At least give yourself the satisfaction that you tried so you could fail. Because It's like I tell everybody. It's like I tell my nieces, my nephew, and all their friends. Sometimes sometimes it's more about the regret, if anything, thinking that what have happened. And well, a lot of them kind of took that to heart. A lot of them are working on their own YouTube channels or their own Twitch streams or trying out for sports teams or they're going for the drama club at school, you know? Sometimes try so you can say you failed. Lovey, I try drawing parts of fanfiction I read or make in my head. It's fun. Yes. Yes, it is fun. That's the exact same way I feel about my writing. I mean, one day I'm just sitting at my desk. Uh, one day I'm just sitting at my desk being bored to tears because people are hounding me over whatever. And next thing I know, bam, I am hit with this jolt of inspiration. I can see this whole story play out in my head. Next thing I know, I'm going for my little notebook that I keep in my work backpack. I write out as many ideas as I can before I get interrupted. That's kind of how it's always been for my whole writing writing process. Me having an idea, writing out as many ideas regarding that idea, and sometimes seeing what works, what's worth keeping, and what isn't. Like, 1 out of 10 of the stories I cook up, I lose interest after a while the other 9 eventually I'm committed to. So, yeah, there are some stories that are worth keeping, and there are others that aren't. Let's see, Lovey. I do the same with my notes. I have so many ideas. Yeah, um, so many ideas I actually have to clean off my desk almost every 2 weeks. And every day after work, I will come home with like dozens of dozens of papers buried under my portfolio of a bunch of crazy ideas I just wrote out of nowhere. And yeah, it kind of makes me feel better sometimes when I'm just like writing it all out. Just, the whole getting the ideas out of your head. That's kind of where it all comes from. Mm. Okay. Almost at the half-hour mark. But yeah, I'm just trying to say, if you are truly passionate, at least give it a try. You never know. I mean, take Joseph Hanna and William Barbera. Both of them had different jobs. Both of them had different jobs before they did animation. One was a banker and the other was a structural engineer. If they didn't if they didn't decide to branch out and experiment with cartoons, we may not have Scooby Doo and Tom and Jerry, Fred Flintstone, Looney Tunes, etc. Sometimes, sometimes you gotta take that leap of faith. That's just my take anyway. Okay, let's see here. My beloved outsider, Jeremy, question: What kinds of books do you currently have published? Well, as I said before, I currently have I currently have 4 that are published right now. On the 4th one, I'm currently working on a revised version, with the audiobook that I'm working on. I should be done with it, by the end of February, but I mainly stick to young adult fantasy. Um, I actually talked about it. I had, like, 2 separate videos where I talked about them, Dustia and the Bonds series. I mainly stick to young adult fantasy. Like, when it comes to the Bond series, one of my main inspirations was the whole outsider kid group, like Scooby Doo, or the Losers Club from It, or the Goonies, the kids from Stranger Things, etc., etc. Heck, even the detective boys from Detective Conan. I just really, really like the idea of these outsider kids groups going off on adventures together or solving mysteries. And the thing is that this series, the Bond series, it's all entirely serial. In other words, you can take it seriously. It can even be a bit episodic at times. Like some of the stories I cooked up, there are ones where they are superheroes. There are ones where they're isekai'd to another world and they have to be the fantasy heroes to save that world. There are others where they're treasure hunters going to look for this lost civilization treasure thing. There's another where they are going on vacation in a fictional archipelago of islands only to discover a sea monster and they decide to go after it. There are just so many questions and possibilities that came with the Bonds series, and I dare say I am incredibly proud of it. It's kind of similar to almost like Spider-Man when Stan Lee originally cooked him up. Superhero comics at the time had an adult superhero and a kid sidekick, but Stan Lee came up with the brilliant idea, hey, what if the hero was a kid? Because kids could relate to him and adults could relate to him because they were at one point his age. Just uh just a quick thing right there. But yeah, I dare say I'm incredibly proud and I'm looking forward to what I'm doing with the series, even though it's like a multi-volume series. And yeah, I took a lot of inspiration from how manga volumes go about things because there are like a crazy amount when it comes to manga volumes, and arguably even more when it comes to the chapters that are in those volumes. So, the structure of the manga volumes was kind of my big inspiration when it came to the whole serialized storytelling that came from my Bonds series. But again, uh, they're available as audiobooks if you guys are interested. Oh man, 30, 30 minutes left. I can do this. And then hopefully I can get to work. Still got a lot to do. And I just want to point out thank you guys very, very much for sticking with me and all these questions and requests and everything. They they are great. If this works out well enough, I might do another live stream, but probably not probably not anytime soon because I am talking almost as much as if I was doing a chapter from one of my audiobooks, and let me tell you, those things really eat you up sometimes, especially when you have to do ASMRs and other stuff. Then again, I probably wouldn't change anything about it either. I just I honestly don't know how other streamers can do it, just talking for hours at a time. Then again, they have other people to play off of, so there's that too, just and just like that, I'm halfway through my water yet again. Oh man. Ugh. So, I'm trying to say thank you guys so incredibly much. Um, you guys really are great. You are. I couldn't ask for a better audience. I really couldn't. You guys make all this worthwhile. You really do. Here's hoping that I can get that silver button pretty soon. I know it's unlikely, but here's hoping. You never know what could happen. Tomorrow is another day, as they say, even though tomorrow is like 20 minutes away. Okay, trying my best to fight off the awkward silence right here. So, keep taking questions. Anyone else got any other questions that they want to ask me? Don't be shy now. Memo to me. Next time, do gaming or something like Mario Kart or Mario Party or whatever. The beloved CC. Hello, Lovey. It's possible. I believe in you. You'll get there. Thanks again, Lovey. Now you are quite lovely. Sorry, didn't mean to come across as much of a flirt. Lovey. Sorry, my back hurts and also talking to a friend. Hey, there is no shame in that at all. You do you. I'm just thankful that you're sticking with this, that you're sticking with all of us as long as you can. Let's see. The beloved CC. Ooh, who do you main in Mario Kart? Okay, a bit unpopular, but Luigi is my main. I have been a Luigi fan ever since I first played Mario Party 2, like all the way back in like kindergarten. I feel that I've always played Luigi whenever possible. Of course, when it comes to Mario Kart, the current one, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I kind of play my me, the me that I created, more than I do most characters. But that's just me. I mean, pun not really intended. Okay, what about you guys? Who is your main character in Mario Kart? Who do you play most? Mario himself? Peach? Hi, I'm Daisy! So feel free to tell me. For those of you who play Mario Kart, who is your main? Tell us. I'm sure we're all dying to know. Lovey. Mine is Daisy. With the deluxe, I play Link. Ah, really cool. Link is probably like my fourth or my fifth go-to, mainly because I love the design of the bike that he uses. Jeez, I haven't played Legend of Zelda in ages. It's been like 2 years since I've touched Breath of the Wild. Oh man. Come to think of it, I should probably now start playing Tears of the Kingdom. I I got Tears of the Kingdom when it was on holiday sale using not using a Nintendo Switch gift card that a friend gifted me, and I have yet to actually play it. I should probably keep that in mind for next time. Okay, just about 20 minutes ago, the beloved CC. For normal Mario Kart, usually Yoshi. Deluxe, it's Green Splatoon Girl. Every single time. Promise, I'm not autistic, chat. It's fine, it's fine. There is something appealing about the Splatoon characters, and the very fact that they went through the trouble to include them in Mario Kart kind of makes me think a bit here. Between Legend of Zelda and Splatoon, if you could have any other Nintendo character be Nintendo series, let me correct that. If you could have any character from any Nintendo series be playable in Mario Kart, who would it be and for what reason? Hey, I'm asking the real questions here. Well, off the top of my head, I kind of wish that they would include Pokemon characters because Pokemon is one of the big three when it comes to the Nintendo games. Alongside Mario and Legend of Zelda, Pokemon is definitely somewhere in the top three, maybe even top two. So I think that would actually be kind of interesting to have Pokemon riding in Mario Kart. Beloved CC, Lucario. I love Lucario. Same. Lucario is a great character, a great Pokemon. I always try to have one on my team. In fact, when I did my fighting challenge, I know that I have Lucario on my team. Let's see. Along with the rest, I'm beloved CC. Yeah. Let's see. Along with the rest, I believe was Machamp, Poliwrath, Hitmonlee, Maycham. Trying to remember what the last one would be. Maycham, Hitmonlee, along with Lucario. Oh, Infernape. Infernape was the last one. So, aside from Lucario, any other Pokemon you would probably want on there? Oh, also a bit of a hot take here. We have both Pikachu and Pichu in Smash. So, I am throwing this hat in the ring. Let's have Raichu. Come on, let's complete all the evolutions and have Raichu be in be in Smash when eventually we get to the next Smash game. Also, a bit of a hot take here. I I like Raichu better than Pikachu. I just always really love the orange and the yellow. I really love the aesthetic. And the fact that Raichu can learn some moves that Pikachu can't learn, like Thunder Punch, Focus Punch, Brick Break. Beloved CC. Absolutely, man. So don't get me wrong. Pikachu is popular and for the right reasons. I just feel like Pikachu kind of overshadows Raichu sometimes. I mean, Pikachu, you are popular, you really are, but let Raichu have some love too. Just saying right there. Just my 2 cents regarding Raichu. Love Pikachu, love Raichu more. Also, a very interesting fact that I discovered. Apparently, Clefairy originally was going to be the focus, the main mascot of Pokemon. Probably another reason why I love the Clefairy line, probably more than I do the Jigglypuff line. Yeah, I will probably play a Clefable sooner than I'll play a Wigglytuff. But can you think of how drastically different the anime and even the comics would be if Clefairy was the companion Pokemon instead of Pikachu? Just an interesting fact that a lot of people don't seem to really know. But yeah, any thoughts regarding that? My beloved outsider, Clefairy is underrated. Yes, yes it is. Sometimes I feel like Jigglypuff kind of overshadows Clefairy just a bit. Mainly that's because Jigglypuff followed them around, and according to what I've read, Jigglypuff still hasn't been caught. Just an interesting thing right there. Kinda wish that Misty caught Jigglypuff, and the whole popping out of the Pokeball thing would kind of be like a running gag. Just kind of just my 2 cents there. Have Jigglypuff have a reason to follow the gang around, and I kind of think that the whole falling asleep while singing thing could be a running gag. I mean, it kind of is, but make it more official by having Jigglypuff join the gang. My beloved outsider, Ash would do better with a Clefairy. You're probably not too wrong there, especially once they introduce the fact that Clefairy is a fairy type. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ash would have done a lot better against the dragon trainers like Cynthia, Lance, Drake. I think he would have done a whole lot better if, Pikachu was switched out for Clefairy, who by shock would be revealed to be a fairy type. Who would thunk? But again, just kind of an interesting what if scenario right there. So, since we're in the Pokemon discussion of this little evening, who would you consider your perfect team? If you could only choose 6 Pokemon out of all of the regions, who would it be? Like, like this would be your main team for life. Who would you pick? Who would you pick as your main 6? Feel free to tell me. Feel free to tell all of us. We are dying to know. My beloved outsider, Charizard, Alakazam, Victory Bell. Ah, cool. Those are some of my favorites right there. So, an interesting fact, uh, Alakazam was kind of my first catch, all the way back when I first played Pokemon Blue. Hear me out, hear me out. Um, apparently, apparently, when I got to the first route of the game, you know, where you're supposed to catch Pidgey and Rattata, for some reason, one of the first Pokemon that showed up was an Abra. And keep in mind here, this was my introduction to the whole game, so I just kind of went for it. I basically caught the Abra literally on my first try. It didn't teleport away. Uh, my beloved CC, Lucario, Brixen, Gardevoir, and one more I cannot remember the name of for my life. Oh yeah, that's a great team so far. But basically, apparently, there was this glitch during the first early parts of the game for the first releases. Like, apparently, there was this thing when it came to Pokemon Blue and Red where some Pokemon would appear in earlier stages of the game. Like, I Abra, and someone else would catch a Machop, or someone would catch a Poliwag, or even a Dratini. I remembered I looked up on a Reddit once of a whole bunch of other kids who allegedly caught a Pokemon on the first route that wasn't a Pidgey or a Rattata or some other starter Pokemon. Like, that was insane to me. But again, remember, this was back when Pokemon was just getting started, and we didn't have like game facts and YouTube to tell us what was what. Just just something interesting right there. I mean, ever since then, Alakazam has kind of been my go-to when it comes to a lot of my teams, especially whenever I'm recreating my Kanto team. But yeah, I think it's safe to say that Charizard is always someone's go-to when it comes to stuff like this. Oh, T minus 9 minutes. All right, looking forward to this. I'm just going to pull up the timer on my computer. Hold on. Mm, hey, come on, work with me here. Hmm. Okay, let's see. No, no. I forget. So much for that. But yeah. So I am actually pretty curious to know, who would you consider your favorite starter Pokemon? For me, I'm a huge Totodile fan. Sorry guys, but after Totodile came out in Silver and Gold, I couldn't help myself. Totodile was just so stinking adorable. So, really curious to know, who is your favorite starter from any region? My beloved, my beloved outsider, Litten. Oh yeah, Litten is so stinking adorable. And you want to know what I actually find a bit interesting? The fact that so far we have a water. No, we don't have. We have a grass cat and we have a fire cat. So, what are the chances that within the next line of starters, or even the one after the next, we're going to get ourselves a water cat of some kind? I mean, that's probably insane when you really think about it. Yeah. Just the idea of a water cat as a starter. I am so looking forward to that. Am I right? You too can have an entire team, or at least half a team of just plain cats of all three of the starters. Litten, Sprigato, and whatever the water one is going to be. Again, we are entering the final 5 minutes. So, thank you guys very, very much for joining all this way. Hard to believe I'm going to level up. So much to look forward to. It's like my grandma always used to tell me, it's not how old you are, it's how you are being old. That woman was 85 years old, and let me tell you, she knew how to be young. Lovey, what kind of music do you listen to? Oh, I listen to all kinds. Um, let's see. Of course, I love J and Korean pop, but I also love rock and roll, heavy metal, some country, some rap, some hip hop. I'm kind of well rounded. It does help that my dad, growing up, he still loves music. He has all of his vinyls, and it's kind of thanks to him I grew an appreciation when it came to music. So, what about you guys? What would you say your favorite music? What would you say your favorite music is? Me too, Lovey. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to music, I think it's kind of universally loved for the most part. Like everybody just loves, well, okay, maybe not everybody, but you get what I'm trying to say. Music just has a way of bringing people together, you know? Just something kind of interesting there. Basgal 92. I'd say rock is my favorite, but I've recently gotten into funk. Um, um, my beloved CC, the beloved CC. As long as the song has a story, I'll listen. That's kind of the same way that I feel and my dad feels. He basically says as long as the song is positive, there's a lot to that. Maybe that's one of the main reasons, okay, at least in the back of my head, why I love stories so much. Lovey. I mainly listen to Sanji AI covers on YouTube, but also his original songs. Okay, very fun. I've actually given a bit of thought here and there. If you guys think it would actually be a fun thing, maybe I'll try my hand at doing character songs here on the channel. I mean, the obvious one, of course, would be Bing Sake, and maybe even We Are. So, any thoughts on that? Do like my own original covers or something? See how things go from there? Well, obviously, I can't really do it right now because my voice is really starting to get to me. Just 2 minutes now. Lovey, yes. Okay, I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try at some point when I'm, a little bit more prepared. I mean, very surprisingly, a lot of people actually want me to do it. Oh, here it is. The last minute. I'll go ahead and set the timer just in case. But yeah, thank you guys for sticking with me. And I'm pretty sure at some point I will do it. Very interestingly, I actually wanted to do something Brook song related back in Halloween, but I kind of ran out of time. So I guess I can try and make up for it by doing it this year. But yeah, if you guys will listen and you want to give it a try, then I'm willing to try it too. Again, thank you all so very much for sticking with me. And time to level up whether I want to or not. Here we are. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and yep, 30 years old. This is definitely going to be an interesting time of my life. Again, thank you all so incredibly much for sticking with me. I'll probably do another live stream at some point, but, try to be a bit more prepared for it. Thank you all very much. Lovey, happy birthday. Bass Girl, happy birthday. Beloved CC, happy birthday. Okay, I'll stick around for another couple minutes because there is something Sammy, happy birthday. Again, thank you all very much. Okay, now that we've made it to this point, I'm going to share that little announcement I made when I first started the stream. It's not really a big channel thing, more like something that's going to happen. I am going to be attending Orlando's MegaCon next Friday, and I plan on going in the cosplay as a certain character. Yeah, I plan. And what's actually pretty cool about this is that 7 out of 10 of the Straw Hats English voice actors are going to have a panel there. So yeah, I plan on showing up in cosplay and try to see if I can try to get to do a video with them. And yeah, I am really looking forward to that. This is like a chance of a lifetime. So that was kind of the big announcement, and it's kind of a bit obvious which character I'm gonna go as. For those of you that do follow me on my Insta, I have been busting my butt all January to get ready. Lots of running, lots of other training, and I've been living off Greek yogurt, eggs, spinach, chicken breasts, all just to get in cosplay shape so I can deliver. But that's all I'm gonna say for now. Again, thank you all so very much. Thank you for the birthday wishes. It's not how old you are, but how you are being old. Thank you guys so very much for sticking with me, and I'll see you later. Good night.